Hello and welcome to EDFL Web TV from the Sporting Globe, 690 Mount Alexander Road in Moonee Ponds. My name's Pellizzeri, joined by Adem Saricaoglu. Adem, a big weekend of EDFL football, and here we are to discuss it all back at the Sporting Globe. It's
good to be back, Teo. You're right. It's, as every week has been so far this year, an absolutely crucial set of games that were played on the weekend, and we'll get stuck into some of those today.
Well, what was your biggest talking point out of the weekend? What is the big issue you'd like to put on the table right off the top here on EDFL Web TV?
You sent the broadcast van out to Charles Martin Reserve on Saturday, Teo, to watch Northern Saints and Essendon Doutta Stars, and boy, there was a big result there, wasn't there? Douta's obviously gave the Northern Saints a bit of a touch-up. It was their first win of the season, and even more importantly, it pushed them off the bottom of the ladder. So right now, it's the Northern Saints that are sitting in that relegation spot in last place in Premier Division.
How significant is it that at the exact halfway point of the season, Northern Saints have avoided the bottom of the ladder all year, but they've been squeezed in after the first full round of games? I know had they kicked another goal, percentage might have worked out and they would have been off the bottom. So ironically, junk time at the end of the last quarter is what cost them. Do you think it's a big mental hurdle now to be on the bottom, or do you feel as though with their upcoming run of games that they may not be there for too much longer?
Yeah, they've obviously got a slightly easier draw coming up in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, they've got some games that they'll certainly see as winnable. I think Paco and Marby will both be in that mix, and Essendon Doutta Stars, their next couple of weeks are a lot more tougher, obviously. But what it does set up is a really interesting game in round 18. I know it's a long time away, Teo, but it's going to be a nipper Jordan Oval and Essendon Doutta Stars up against the Northern Saints in the final round. If that does end up being a sort of a quasi-final, I suppose, a battle to stay up in Premier, then that's going to be an absolutely crucial clash. And all of a sudden, Essendon Doutta Stars will certainly be looking at that game and thinking they're a big chance if it does happen to be the situation where that game will come down to the wire, obviously, for who goes down.
Well, we were out at Charles Mutton for the Match of the Day broadcast, and we have plenty of reaction to bring you out of the match. Let's hear from both coaches. We'll start with Marcus Barham, the winning coach from Essendon Doutta Stars, Nat Caruso, the playing coach of the Northern Saints, and also our Sporting Globe Player of the Day, Jono Morris of the Essendon Doutta Stars, who won a $40 voucher to spend right here at 690 Mount Alexander Road in Moonee Ponds.
Yeah, well, our goal today was to keep them under 12 goals, and we knew if we keep them under 12 goals, we'll win the game. We know they've been averaging 101 points for the year. We knew if we keep them under, we'd be able to get them back the other way, and that was our second highest score, I think, for the year. And we knew that that would have happened. We keep them to a lower score, we'll still be able to score the other way. I back myself as a coach, and I back the team as being a side that doesn't deserve the 0-8 tag, and but we've got ourselves in games this year where we probably could have ran away with it, but we haven't. So it just hadn't worked. But with the player meetings, club meetings, it's been hard, it's been tough because obviously at the start of the year we put a lot of emphasis on our new recruits and what we wanted a good year, and those 4 games, we win those, win today, that's 5 wins. We're sitting around the fourth or fifth mark, and set ourselves up for the second half of the year. And now we've sort of set ourselves up, at the bottom of the ladder, and there's only ways up. And our form's been very good the last 5 or 6 weeks. But take out the Maribyrnong Park game, and so look, we're not a bottom side, and I think we showed that today.
We got a long way to go with our defence, and we've been working hard. Defensive side of the game and training in that, but just today it didn't work. We just got to take 1 week at a time. To Douta's credit, they outplayed us today and played really good footy, and we just got to worry about Paco this week and make sure that we come out with the mindset we have been against Abbas and Strathmore.
Probably relieve the monkeys off the back, and we can go into games not fearing to lose, just knowing that we are good enough to win games now, win those tight ones, so if it does come across again, we can climb that mountain and reach the peak. It was a great mix of, obviously we've got the Doutta Stars culture, which is, I've grown up in it, I love it, I feed off it, and they've brought their own from Sunbury, Geelong, they're all different kind of cultures, and they've put parts into it, and it's all positive, it's made the club a very good place to be in, and for those blokes, they've been here for, you'd say, half a year, because it's not a full year yet, and they love the place, and they're always around. They're driving functions, they're driving training, so like they're not passengers. They're here to want success.
And as you saw on your screen, if you click the links, you can go and listen to the full EDFL review show with extended clips from all 3 of those interviewees, plus a stack more, including 3 other EDFL coaches who we spoke to on EDFL radio at the weekend. So, Adam, it's the same old story for the Northern Saints. They need to improve their defence.
Yeah, you're right, Teo. It's been no secret, obviously, this year that the Northern Saints are very, very leaky, but and they were last year as well, but they simply got away with it because they knew how to kick enough goals to win games of football, and in Premier Division, that simply is not cutting it at the moment. I was really surprised by how much space was allowed inside Essendon Doutta Stars forward 50 on Saturday. So many times, balls over the top, so much space for their forwards to work in. For mine, that was glaring, and obviously the Northern Saints will want to clean it up in the second half of the year. So, yeah, no surprises that Nat Caruso said that defence obviously is the issue that they need to address right now. All
right, well, my biggest talking point of the week, let's stay with the relegation theme. Hillside badly beaten by West Coburg. Now, I know it's the top team in the league and the unbeaten team in the league against the promoted team, so the expectation was that West Coburg was going to win, but I think Hillside might have hit the wall. The question I have is, are they back in relegation danger? They've won 3 games, their percentage is starting to fall. It seems like there's a bit of momentum dragging them down the ladder at the moment. Could Hillside be out of the jungle and safe in the division with just the 3 wins already?
No, they obviously do need to do a bit more, obviously, to survive this year, but still think they've got enough quality on their list, Teo, to get it right in the second half of the year. Obviously, they're going to play everyone once more, and they've shown at times, especially early in the season, that they are going to be competitive. So just based on the fact that they do have enough quality on their list compared to some of those other clubs down the lower ends, especially your Oak Parks and Craigie Burns, who they should have taken care of, then the Sharks should be right. But yeah, they will be a little bit worried up at Shark Park at the moment, just on how they're going right now based on current form.
You're watching EDFL Web TV from the Sporting Globe. There's heaps more coming up. Wash up from all 3 divisions, the match breakdown with the footage of Tullamarine versus Glenroy, and the full preview of round 10. Make sure you click the links on your screen and go to each of the videos. Up next, for those of you watching it start to finish in order, it is the Premier Division wash-up, and we will also have the Strathmore coach Craig Clinic and his thoughts on perhaps the second biggest result in Premier Division of the weekend. You're watching EDFL Web TV.